Hello dear students, once again welcome back to Knowledge Database. So today we are going to discuss about head, tail and WC commands in Linux OS. These commands are also called as filter related commands. Why these commands are called as filter related commands? But because we are going to apply some conditions on the file or whatever the data is there in that file. On that data we are going to apply some condition, and depend on that condition the information will be or the data will be displayed to you. That's why these commands are called as a head, tail, WC, and then sort and grep also. These 5 commands are called as filter related commands. So first we will see head command. This head command is used to display first 10 lines of a file. Means by default, when you are using head command, by default it will display the 10 lines of your file. If your file is having large amount of data, and if you want to see the only beginning part of your file, then you can use the head command. So for that, syntax will be as usual: head, dollar prompt, head, and then name of the file whose first 10 lines you want to display. This is the simple syntax. But here it provides some options also with you. That is -c. This option is used to display first k bytes of a line. Means how many characters you want to display, that you can specify with -c option. If you want to display a specific number of lines from that file, then you can use -n option. For example, head -n, suppose 20. You want to display 20 line, then it will display the 20, -n20 and name of the files. Then the last but one option, -q. This option never display print header. Means whatever the name of the file is, that name will be displayed when you are going to display the contents of file. So if you don't want to display that header name as a header, then use -q. And if you want to display the name of file as a header, then you can use -v option. All these commands we are going to study practically also. Now same about tail command. Only the difference is that head command displays the beginning 10 lines, whereas tail command displays ending 10 lines. From its name of the command, it displays the meaning. Head means beginning part and tail is the ending part. From its name, it indicates the meaning of that command. Same as usual, -c option displays specific last k bytes of line. Means last characters, how much you want to display. You can specify with -c option. If you want to display last 20 lines or whatever number you are going to give with that -n option, it will display that much number of lines to you. But that lines will be last lines. Now, as usual, -q option, if you don't want to display the headers, then use -q. And -v option, it will display the name of file as a header. Now, the last additional option, -f, is provided with the tail command, that is to append the data at the end of file. If you want to add, actually this cannot be saved these contents, but just it provides the cursor at the end. You can type the data also, but you will be unable to save that data. Forcefully you can append the data in the file with the help of -f, but at the end of file. These are the options related to tail command. Now one more WC command is there. Very easy and interesting command. This command is used to display how many number of lines, words, characters are available in your file. So different options. By default, when you are using only WC and file name, it will display characters, words, and lines also. But if you want to specifically check how many characters are there in your file, then you can use only minus the option. If you want to see how many or count how many number of words are there in your file, then only you can use minus W option. And if you want to check how many number of lines are there, then you can use the minus W option. Now all these commands we will see practically. Just a minute. I will open the JS Linux. See here. Just a minute. Clear screen. I will clear the screen. Now I will open my file, that is my file. Just a minute. This is the name of file, my file. See here, this file having a large amount of data, which is I am unable to display in single screen. This much data is there. So suppose I want to see only beginning 10 lines. So for that, head, not necessary to use any option, my file. Simply. So here, this is the first blank line is there. So this is also considered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. These 10 lines are displayed with the help of head command. Means by default, it will display the beginning 10 lines. Now, suppose I want to see only 10 characters. So head minus C, my file. But here you have to specify the number 10 with the option minus C. Yes, blank. Why? Because my file is having first line blank. That's why it is showing blank line. So here we will change the number, suppose 30. This is also blank line. So just a minute. 70 characters I want to see. So these are the 70 characters because first line is blank. With the help of this minus C option, you can see. Now, suppose I want to see the 30 number of lines. So for that, minus N 30. It will display 30 lines. Just we will see where, see here. This is our command. This is first line, blank, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is 10. These are the 30 lines which are shown with the help of this minus N option. Means if you want to see specific number of lines, then you can use minus N option. Now the next option is minus Q. So head minus, first we will see minus V and then minus Q. That will be very effective. My file. See here. By default 10 lines are displayed, but the file name, my file, is shown as a header. So if you want to display your file name as a header, then you can use my file, that is minus V option. And if you don't want to show, then you can use minus Q. Here by default also it doesn't display, but if you are want to use, then you can use minus Q option. And if you want to show, see here the difference is here, that remaining data is same, 10 lines are same here also and here also, but the difference is that with the help of minus V option, your file name will be shown or displayed as a header, but here file name will not be displayed. So these are the options, that is minus C to display specific characters, specific number of characters, minus N to display specific number of lines, minus V to display the file name as a header, and minus Q to avoid the file name as a header, to not display the don't display the file name as a header. Now the same options are used with tail command also. So first I will clear the screen. For clearing screen, clear screen option is there. So I will use tail my file. It will display last 10 lines. For that, cat my file. See here, from this portion 10 lines are displayed. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These 10 lines are displayed with the help of tail command. See here. These are the 10 lines. With the help of tail command, you are able to display the ending 10 lines or last 10 lines. Now, if you want to display specific number of characters from NT, then same tail minus C, suppose 10 characters, my file. See here. From the space also, it will display 10 character. Full stop also. Okay. Or if you want to display, suppose 50 characters, then you can use 50. It will display like this. The remaining space also considered, this one. These are the spaces are also considered. If you want to display, suppose 20 lines, minus the option is to display specific character. And if you want to display specific number of lines, then minus N, suppose 15, 1, 5. See, 15 lines. These are 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These 5 additional lines will be displayed with minus N option. Same way, minus V option is used to display the file name as a header. See here, minus V. And if you don't want to display the file name as a header, then you can use minus Q option. Here file name as a header will not be displayed. Now the last option of tail command is minus F option. What happens with minus F option? It will give the prompt, or it will provide the prompt at the end of the file. Here you can type, this is demo for minus F option for appending the data. Now will verify cat my file. See here, you are able to appending data for typing, but whatever the line you have inserted is not stored. We have typed this is demo for -f option for appending data. That line is not stored in that file. Just simply it will provide the access for inserting data for appending, but it will not store. That is the difference of -f between head and tail command. This is about head and tail. Now we will see the WC command. So first I will again clear the screen. Now I want to see how many number of lines, words and characters are there in our file. So WC my file. First it will display characters, lines, then words and then characters having are available in your file. Okay. Now suppose I want to see how many number of characters are there only. I don't want to see words and lines. So for that WC minus C for character, my file. It will display the name of file also. If you want to see how many number of words are there, see here, and for lines you have to use -L. So in this way we can see how many number of lines are there, how many number of characters are there, and how many number of words are there in your file. So in this way, we can count how many number of lines, words, and characters are there in your file. So like this, in this way, practically we have seen head, tail, and WC command. I think all the concepts are clear.